Vera 8 p.m. ITV. A sort of Northumbrian Columbo wearing Paddington Bear's second best hat, the disheveled but quick-witted DCI Vera Stanhope is back. First up, that means the case of a copper murdered with a bullet to the head, whose charred body is found in an abattoir incinerator. Despite the gruesomeness of this setup, it's a reassuring series for the way Brenda Blethyn's upright and dogged Stanhope never seems to need to rush to solve such major crimes. Jonathan Wright Dancing on Ice 6 p.m. ITV Blade Rerunner. The format may have been on ice, literally, for the past 4 years, but ITV has reactivated its slippery Strictly rival. Original hosts Holly Willoughby and Philip Schofield returned to the ring together for the first time since 2011, while series veterans Torvill and Dean are also back, albeit this time as judges rather than mentors. Among the dozen celebs brave enough to risk a frosty faceplant are Donna Eyre, Perry Shake-Strayton, Lamar, and Cheryl Baker. Graham Virtue, the biggest little railway in the world. 8 p.m. Channel 4. As anyone who watched him renovate his chateau in France will attest, Dick Strawbridge is very much your go-to guy for quirky undertaking of Sisyphean assignments. In this new series, Dick attempts to build a 70-mile railway across a stretch of Scottish Highland so rugged it defeated Victorian engineers, in model form, that is. Tonight, he meets railway modelers and tries to gather a team with the fortitude to embrace this challenge. John Robinson McMafia 9 p.m. BBC One. This thriller about the tentacles of global, corporatized crime still feels as if it's on its first act. The disparate story strands slow the narrative pace, and tonight's new problem for In Too Deep money man Alex, James Norton, merely maneuvers him into a different position. Strong echoes of The Night Manager, though, as he's obliged to spend a luxurious but threatening weekend on the Côte d'Azur. Exotic, eclectic locations are keeping McMafia above freezing point. Jack Seal SAS, Who Dares wins 9 p.m. Channel 4. The reality show that drags its participants as close to actual torture as is legally defensible returns for another series. Another 25 civilians are traveling to Morocco to surrender to the never especially tender mercies of perma-scowling misery-monger Ant Middleton and his equally intense pals Foxy, Ollie, and Billy. This condensed version of SAS Selection will test contenders' physical, mental and emotional capabilities to the limit. Phil Harrison. Hawaii 5/09 p.m. Sky One. The reboot of Hawaii 5-0 returns for Series 8 with 2 new recruits stepping into the cumbersome size 9s of Kono and Shin. One is ex-Navy SEAL Junior Rains, who is finished with serving his country, and the other is former lifeguard and police academy outcast Donnie Ray, who is soon tasked with assisting when a gifted breaks into the Hawaii state prison system and releases murderer and arsonist Jason Duclair, played by UFC champ Randy Couture. Ben Arnold. MacGyver 8 p.m. Sky One. Angus MacGyver, Lucas Till, is back in his sat-nav is set for revenge. With Mac and Jack scouring the globe for prison escapee Murdoch, the day job is something to be dealt with swiftly and foresee, not least when carrying out the clandestine recovery of a missing Navy SEAL officer. Hostage takers should know better than to antagonize a man easily capable of fashioning a flamethrower from a rolled-up TV guide and a pile of packing peanuts. Mark Givings-Jones film choice. Farewell My Lovely, Edward Dmytryk, 1944, Sunday, 6 a.m. Movies for Men, also known as Murder, My Sweet. There is nothing sweet about this hard-boiled adaptation of Raymond Chandler's thriller, a quintessential 1940s noir that features the reinvention of crooner Dick Powell as a serious actor. His Philip Marlowe, eyes bandaged and narrating the bleak tale in flashback, was thought by many superior to Bogart's. It is lovingly crafted by Dmytryk, with sharp dialogue, gloomy photography and indelible performances from Mike Mazurki as the definitive Moose Malloy, setting the private eye after Claire Trevor's marvelous Velma. Paul Howlett. Captain Phillips, Paul Greengrass, 2013, 10:10 p.m. ITV. Greengrass's account of a real-life Somali pirate hijacking is unnervingly intense, underpinned by a powerful sense of the global economic forces that separate the haves and have-nots. Ultimately, it focuses on the riveting confrontation between Tom Hanks, as the eponymous captain, and the electrifying newcomer Barkat Abdi as the pirates' leader, both struggling for control of the cargo ship Maersk Alabama. Paul Howlett. Stations of the Cross, Dietrich Bruggemann, 2014, 11 p.m. BBC 4. In a quiet German town, a group of teenagers are preparing for confirmation in the staunchly traditional Catholic Society of St. Paul. Among them is 14-year-old Maria, Lee Van Aken, whose devout faith leaves her isolated at school, while being oppressed by an overbearing mother, Francisca Weiss, and so the idea of a beatific martyrdom takes hold. In a chilly, disturbing drama, Paul Howlett's Strictly Ballroom, Baz Luhrmann, 1992, 11:25 p.m. BBC Two. Never mind that other Strictly. Luhrmann's exuberant dancing tale sweeps you off your feet with dazzling comic swirls. Paul Mercurio is quick-stepping Scott, who aims to be Beau the Ballroom with some daring improvisations. Novice Fran, Tara Morris, agrees to tango, well, flamenco, in this bright, knowing, Aussie comedy. Paul Howlett lives sport FA Cup football. Shrewsbury Town v West Ham United. David Moyes is improving. Hammers visit Montgomery Waters Meadow. 1:40 p.m. BBC One Premiership Rugby Union, Wasps v Saracens. Coverage of the game from the Ricoh Arena. 2:30 p.m. BT Sport. One. Ashes Cricket, Australia v England. Can England end a disappointing test series on a high? 11 p.m. BT Sport.